Hi there, awesome friends from afar. So today I'm going to teach you another trick with words. And we are using the 70 micron tape. And instead of putting the words onto your template, we are going to work with creating the words on remnants of your 70 micron thick tape, and then you can use them on other projects. So here we go. Okay, I was given a lot of these lovely words by some of my happy mail friends, and I thought I don't want to go too big, but for the video I also don't want to go too small, so we're going to try perhaps two or three of them. So the first word I'm going to use is joy, and let's have a look what we have. These are all little pieces of tape that I've had left from previous projects. I think that kind of works quite well. Okay, so using our craft knife, we're going to lift off the backing. Now please note, we're not lifting the backing off right completely. We're just lifting it partially off, and then placing your word upside down onto the back of the tape. Okay, and then we cover it again. And because I'm like a factory, I'm going to prep them all quickly. And let's do this lovely love. Just gently on there. Okay, and we'll do another one. Here we go. And we'll cover it. So the die cuts are really, really wonderful to use. Very versatile. If you don't have any, then join a happy mail group like I do, and then we swap. The other thing is I organize these packs of die cuts, which are lovely, and it's like a lucky dip because you don't know what you're going to get in here, but there's so many different sentiments, and these packs are really wonderful. For my South African friends, contact me if you need them. Okay, so now we have put our words between the tape, and I'm going to use my credit card to smooth it. Okay, this is a very cool tip if you want to use your word on another project and you don't want to stick it onto a template. Now we are going to use our paper stamp. There you go. Around all the edges. It's quick and easy, and you look like a pro doing something like this. So I need to just apologize to everybody because I'm forever clearing my throat, and only somebody who is full of allergies like me will understand that one cannot really control this. I mean, I live on anti-allergy medication every day of my life, and I struggle. So I do apologize. I am not sick. Okay. So look how cool that is. We've already got our special little words, and look at the love. Okay, now we're not done. Making sure I've got it nice and flat, and then we're going to take our dot art tool, or if you don't have that, the ballpoint pen, and I think I will do one with the ballpoint pen. Put the pen there so I don't forget. We're going to outline everything. So the 70 micron tape is best to use for this. The 30 micron also works, but it's not that great because it's so thin that it curls up onto itself, and then you lose some of your word definition. So, you know, give it a try and you can see if you like it or not, but I prefer to do it on the 70 micron tape. Now, for those of you who don't know what micron are, because you may work with some other form of measurement and weight, on my Made by KJ Facebook page, I have actually put a conversion table there, so you can go and have a look. But the 70 micron is a similar weight to pewter. Okay, so now I've done my word. Just make sure that I hold it the right way up, because it's not a very polite word in Afrikaans, but it is actually joy. So doing a little bit more work on it. And just see here and here. Okay, joy. Now I'm going to use my ruler and draw a line to frame it. And I'm just weighing it, I'm not measuring anything. So I hope my line is straight. Maybe I should measure it a little bit. Oh, I've already seen I've made it very skew. Okay. Okay, let's cut that off. Sorry, my scissors are dirty because I was cutting some fiber yesterday. Okay. Okay, so there we have our joy. And using a piece of felt, if you don't have a piece of felt, just a soft cloth, not too soft, even your little piece of t-shirting folded in half, that's adequate. I'm using a piece of felt here, and I want to make some little patterns around the side, so I'm just drawing circles with my tool. Can you see there? And that's what it looks like on that side. And then on the hard surface. So just a tip, when you're working with the backing facing you, you work on the felt, and when you're working on the shiny part, you work on a flat surface. Okay, so look how cool that is. We've made little dots, and I think we should do a few here, but I'm not going to do all of them. So 1, 2, 3. I think only 3 on this side. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't that look cute? Doesn't that look cute? And I think maybe on this corner, 1, 2, 3. And here we go. 2, 3. Okay, look how lovely that looks. Joy. So now if you want to, you can, sorry, I want to push these out a little bit more in the middle. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay, so now if you want to, you can burnish the background. I have a lovely tool, which is like, what would you call it? It's got metal bristles. Unfortunately, in South Africa, I really struggle to find the tools, but you can search around and see if you can find them. And this one really just distresses the top of the metal. But if you don't have this tool, you can use your Goldilocks or your steel wool to obtain exactly the same effect. So this just gives your project a little bit of distressed look before you ink it. Oh, sorry, I hooked it there. And there you go. Can you see I've sort of scratched the surface? And it really looks lovely. Okay, using our board, we are going to color it with our Sharpie. So this is really a lovely project to do in a spend a couple of hours and just make sentiments and do words and stick them in a little box. You never know where you'll use them or what project you will need them for. They really work out so well. Sorry, wrong way. And here we've got our love. So let's do the love. Okay. So this love sentiment is so nice. Oops. So I slipped. I want to show you what to do, because on the heavy metal tape, the 70 micron tape, it's very hard to fix your mistakes because the tape is so thick. So once you've made a error, you're gonna see it. But there are ways to get around that. Okay. And here's our love word. So these words you can use on your ephemera if you do journaling, or use it on your cards, or obviously on your taper tag, your metal tape tags. So it's up to you. I want to show you there, I slipped and I made a line. Now you have two choices. The one is you can use your paper stump to rub it, and I'm rubbing it quite hard. And if you look carefully, you can still see the line. And then the other save that you have is to decorate your letters. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to decorate the letters this time. And just be slow, not like me, because I went over the edge of the letter now. But that really doesn't matter. I want to show you there. So look what I did there. You know, not good. Okay, so I kind of buffed that out. All right, and then we'll decorate our heart, O. So go with the flow. There's no right and there's no wrong. It's really what works for you. Okay, there you go. And I think just 4 lines today. So let's work a bit slower so I don't go over the edges of my word. Here we go. If you can just see what I did with the E, I finished off the E. Those little extra things that you do really make your work look a little bit more professional. So there you go. And then for the E, I'm only going to do little dots on the E. Okay. Sometimes simple is best. And I'd love you to share in the comments what you would do with these words. Okay, so there's our love. We're going to ink him. Okay, that one's there. And then the next one is this lovely bold love. And for our love word, I'm using my pen. Now, there is a trick with the pen. Your ballpoint pen is very slippery, so you have to take your time and move slowly, or you will stand the chance of making an error. And remember, you can't hide the errors so well on your thick tape. So just take your time with your ballpoint pen. Do not be in a rush. Okay. lift this up for you to see now. Yo, somebody's racing and making so much noise. And the sound travels so here, you never quite know where they are. Okay, I wanted to show you how I finished the O and how I started the V and how I did the E. So making your letters individual really makes them pop a lot. Okay, so now for this one, we are going to work the background a little bit. And because it says love, I'm going to use a small part of my tool. I'm going to draw little hearts because we all love hearts. So there you go. Okie dokie. Okay. And we'll do one more for luck. Okay, two more for luck. Alrighty there. So I've kept the background shiny and I've just drawn some little hearts. Okay. Okay, so working with the 70 micron tape is very different to working with your normal, your normal 30 micron thin tape. Okay, so I made this tag a while ago. It's just a plain background tag, nothing here. So I thought maybe we could put a word in there. And I really can't do a whole tutorial for this. So I'm just adding it in on the bottom of this one or on the end of this one. We're going to use my favorite word and I'm going to hand write it. Delight. I love this word. It just speaks to me. Okay, delight. And we'll ink that. And we'll let that dry. Okay, so now let's have a look. As soon as they are dry to the touch, we can buff them up. Look how amazing that is. The nice thing about this is you just peel off your backing and stick it wherever you need it. And let's have a look how this one worked. Sorry, my hands just seem to get so dirty. Remember, this is the one that we distressed with the little wire tool, but you can distress it yourself with your Goldilocks or steel wool. And look how nice the little dots worked out. Absolutely gorgeous. So that can be a sentiment on a card. And here we have the word love also. And this is the one where we slipped and I made a mistake. And you tell me if this is a good rescue or not. I think it's pretty cool. And look at that. Okay, so little hook there, whatever, you know, this has still be trimmed and straightened, but how nice is that word love? So we have love, and then we have the joy, and we have the other love. Okay, so now let's go for delight. See what we can do with delight. Okay, and here we have delight. I think that came out really sweet. And yeah, let's cut it out. Try and get it a bit straight. I am very bad at getting things straight lately, and I used to have a very straight eye, as I say, but lately I definitely don't. Best to use a grid to line everything up properly. Okay. And see how about there. And I'm going to trim this first, it's just easier for me. And then lining it up again. Let's cut here. Okay, and let's trim that. So there we have delight, and it's actually a little bit too big for this tag. So I don't know if I'm going to use it on here. I think I'm not. I think I'm going to make another word. So seeing that I've measured this is straight. Let's do a smaller word like brave. B-R-A-V-E. And if you can't freehand write nice words, don't fret, because I'm going to do a video on how to cheat. And now I'm not going to measure this. I'm really going to hope I'm cutting it straight. So let's see there. Cut it a bit short on this side. And using our dots, sorry, wrong side of the tool. And here. So there we've done brave, and let's ink it. Yeah, so just clay. I think what I'm going to do with one of those loves that I made, I'm going to use it on a journal cover. How nice would that be? Okay. That seems to be dry. And there's our word brave. And we are going to take it off, backing off. Okay, so here you've learned 2 tricks on how to do words. The one is obviously easier than the other. I'm just trying to line that up, and there we have our word brave. How cute is that? So this is a mixed one. It's the thin metal tape for the background, and then our word we've done on the 70 micron thick tape. And now if I look at this tag, it kind of looks a bit boring. So I want to show you a trick. When you finished it, we've now obviously done all our alcohol ink, but you're still not happy and something's lacking. Always remember, you can go back. So we're going to add some stitching around our word. Hand-drawn stitching is one of my favorite techniques because it's easy and anyone can stitch. What you can't see is there's actually some stitching already around the edge of this tag, so it actually, I think, will bring everything together. And then carefully, so as not to go over any of the pink, we are only inking the area we have just done, just drawn on, and give it a sec to dry. Okay, so that's fine, and gently buff the ink off, and I'll lift it so you can see. Just finishes your tag, brings everything together. Okay, wipe it with our lappy, and there you go. So here you can see we have our stitching around this edge there, and then we put our lovely hand created word, and we've stitched around the edge of the word. Just pops and brings everything together, don't you think? Anyway, I'd love to see you create something with your favorite word. And I also want to dedicate this to everybody who's brave out there. Remember, nothing lasts forever. So even when the darkest days are there, there's always light that will shine, even if it's just through a crack. Have a lovely day. Take care.